Namaste. In the last video, I had shared how to remember or memorize Maheshwara Sutrani. In this video, I am trying to connect Maheshwara Sutrani with the Sandhis. And again, we have learnt until chapter 2. So, whatever I'm going to share is what I'm trying to remember from the book and how to remember as regards Sandhi. Okay, for what we have learned thus far. Okay, so I start with page 7. Page 7, where there is a definition of Sandhi, and it says that Sandhi is where there is vikaraha. Vikaraha means change. Okay, so that's the first learning, that there has to be a change. Then it says that there are whenever a Sandhi is formed, there are four forms of Sandhis. Okay, there is Adeshaha, which is replacement, Agamaha, which is addition, Lopaha, which means there is disappearance, Prakriti Bhava, in which there is no change, or it also means that before the Sandhi forming and after the Sandhi forming it looks the same. Okay, and those four forms are given here on same page number 7. It is given here with examples. So those are four forms. Now these are, you take any Sandhi, it has to fall in one of these four forms. Okay, then further we now go to see on page number 9. You will see that it says here somewhere that Sandhi Trividaha. There are three types of Sandhi. There is Swara Sandhi, Vyanjana Sandhi and Visarga Sandhi. Okay, and all that we did in chapter 2 was this Swara Sandhi. Okay, so with that we will try and see what is going on in chapter 2. And there on page number 13 you will see in the top that there are 8 types. Esha Ashtavidaha. There are 8 types of Swara Sandhis. But the most important thing is when we are talking about Swara Sandhi, it is Swaraha plus Swaraha. If it is something plus Swaraha or Swaraha plus something, it is out of syllabus. We are only talking about Swaraha plus Swaraha. So that's the first thing that we should absolutely important remember, that it is always Swaraha plus Swaraha. Now there are 8 types of these as listed here, but I have tried to remember them in a little different way. I have said those 8 types form into a triad, which I am calling the first level, followed by 2 and then followed by another 3. Okay, so the first one is Savarna Sandhi, where Savarna Sandhi or Savarna Dirgha Sandhi is what is given on page number 14. It is the simplest of all the forms. It is page number 14, it is here, and in page number 13 there are enough examples of the same. But as you remember, and as the name suggests, Savarna means it's the same kind of vowels which get added, and it's a Dirgha Sandhi. So what you get as an output is always Dirgha, irrespective of whether you are adding short with Dirgha or long Dirgha with short, your output is always Dirgha. Okay, so that's how this Sandhi is formed. And if you look at Panini's Sutra, Maheshwara Sutrani, we are talking of A, I, U, R, L. All of this, when they are added with itself, like we are squaring in mathematics, we square, say 2 square, 2 times 2, like that, we are adding this to the same vowel, then what you get is the Dirgha of the same. So you get A, I, U, R and R, the long form of these. Okay, so those are the Savarna Dirgha Sandhis, which are the easiest amongst those. Then the second one in the triad over there is Guna Sandhi. Now in Guna Sandhi, what you have to remember is that you keep the first swara as a. You don't change that. You remember, it is always swara plus swara. So the first swara is fixed as a. And so what you can add to this if the second swara which is changing, you can cycle it between I, U, R, R. Okay, so when you add a plus I, you get a. Okay, so that's how Maheshwara Sutrani fits in here, and that's how I have tried to remember both Maheshwara Sutrani as well as Guna Sandhi. And a plus U becomes O, a plus R becomes R, and similarly a plus L becomes L. Okay, so that's how I hope it makes sense to you, how these 5 Sutranis fit in into the Guna Sandhi. Okay, where again to repeat, a is fixed as the first swara. You are going to add it to either e or u or r or l, and if you add it to e, you get a. If you add it to u, you get o. If you add it to r, you get r. If you add it to r, you get l. So that's how this guna sandhi is progressing, and again those are described in page 15. It's tabulated here at the end. So like I said, a, o, r and l are the four outputs that we get from a guna sandhi. The next one is of the triad, the top row 3 that I said is vriddhi. In vriddhi again, what you do is you keep a as fixed, okay, as the first swara. So with a only again you are adding, but now that you have finished adding e, u, r, r, you go on to the next one. So with a you are now going to add a, and with a you are going to add o. So what do you think you expect when you add a with a? You are going to get I, which is the next one in Maheshwara Sutrani. Isn't this beautifully fitting that you have, this is Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Now this a fixed with all of this gives you a Guna Sandhi, which is O and R and Al, and then when you take Vriddhi, you take A and then you add A and O and you get I and Au, which is the next of these sutras. And that is how it becomes Vriddhi. Vriddhi also applies when you add A and to Ru and R, but before A there has to be a Upasarga. Upasarga means something like Upa or Pra. Those are the upasargas. So there are some examples here given here. For example, upa richati. So upa plus a plus r. So this a plus r becomes r. Otherwise, a plus r in guna sandhi, if you remember, a plus r in guna sandhi would have given you ar, right? But in this case, because there is a upasarga, and upasarga are like upa, pra, etc. And when they get added to r or r, you get r or al. Okay, so that is vriddhi. And so the vriddhi and guna are all encompassed in the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5, number 6 of Maheshwara Sutrani. Okay. And number 5, number 6 it came because you said from r it comes to ar or r, and r to l or al or al. Okay, so that was the top 3 triad, and we also looked at how we were fixing a as the first swara. Now the next 2 we are going to look at where the first swara is not a. Okay, so the first one of the next 2 is Yana Sandhi, and in Yana Sandhi, because we are done with fixing a as the first, and we looked at all combinations possible with a as the first swara. Now if a is not the first swara and a, e, u, r, r is the first swara, and you add it with any other swara which is not itself. Okay, so add it with any other swara which is not itself. So again, to repeat, in the first triad we looked at, this was by itself, squaring itself, adding to itself. These 2 you fixed a as the first swara. Now in yan you fix, you don't have anything, you don't have a as the first swara, you have anything but a as the first swara, a or a. So that is how yan is formed. So you start with e, you get e, you add with any other swara, you get ya. U you add with any other swara, you get va. R you add with any other swara, you get ar, and l with you add with any other swara, you get al, and that is what is shown in page 18 and 19. Okay, so you can see here in page 18, this is what it shows. This is the formula e, u, r. You add with a samana swara, which is not the same swara. You get ya, va, and r. And if you look at page 20, that's where it is tabulated. It also talks about e, u, r. With a samana swara, you get ya, va, r, la, plus the asamana swara. Okay, so but what I am trying to share is not the formula, which you can definitely read, is how the remembering this first triad, the next 2 of which Yana Sandhi here is what we were talking, where we said that anything but a is the first swara, and then you add with any other swara which is not itself, then you get with E, whatever you add, you get ya, with U you get va, with r you get r, r, and with r you get l, okay, or il. So that's the yana sandhi. And the next one after that is yantavanta sandhi. In yantavanta sandhi, it is a adesha sandhi, okay. So here now, so far we have seen, we took first swara as a, we took first swara as e, u, r, l. So now what is remaining? What if the first swara is a, o, or I, au, right? So these are the ones which in terms of swaras are left out as the from a first location standpoint. So that is what Yantavanta Sandhi talks about. It talks about when A, O, I, Au are the first swaras, and then you add any other swara to that, then, and it could be the Samana swara or any other swara, okay. When we talked about Yana Sandhi, it specifically said Asamana swara. Yana Sandhi, it specifically said Asamana swaraha. But in Yantavanta, it can be the same swaraha too, it just says swaraha. Okay. So then when you take A, O, I or Au and add any other swaraha to that, you get Av, I, with A you get with A you get I, with I, with I you get I, with O you get Av, and with Au you get Av, and then the swara. Okay, so that's how this this sandhi works. Basically, it is where A, O, I, Au are the first of the swaras that you are adding, and then the next one can be any other swara with resultant of ya, I or I, Av or Av. Okay, that is what is. I hope you can see the relation again, that with A you get ya, with I you get aya, with O you will get va, and with Au you will get ava. Okay, so that's the ava. Okay, so that's the Yantavanta Sandhi. But the other three, which is Purva Rupa, Pararupa and Prakriti Bhava, which were the last three forms of sandhis on page 13 listed of the 8 vidhas, and whose description starts from page number 22. I have absolutely no understanding of how it works. Okay, actually page number 21, which is Purva Rupa Sandhi, that's where it is. Okay, now I have absolutely no, page 21, Purva Rupa Sandhi, I have zero understanding of how this works. It is very confusing. In fact, this is something that I would want to spend time with Hari Mahoday, understanding how to differentiate Purva Rupa, Pararupa and Prakriti Bhava Sandhi with respect to all the knowledge that we have on these 5 sandhis. And I hope you see, I hope this division helps you. This is the most confusing lower ladder. This ladder you have as the first swara. In this, anything but is the first swara, and in this which is E, U, R, in this you have A, I, O, Au as the first swara. Okay, so and that's how it correlates with the Maheshwara Sutrani. I hope this is helpful. Namaste. Thank you.